right, let's call this meeting to order. I'd like to welcome everyone here tonight. As we start, I'd like to recognize we have a couple of candidates for City Council here, and it's great. If you're going to run for office, you can come and see what's going on. Chris Grant, welcome, and Hayden Lake. Did I miss anyone else? Okay. Well, let's begin with a moment of silence. All right, Ms. Bunny, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do I hear a motion that we approve the agenda?
Motion.
Second. Motion and a second that we approve the agenda. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Now we're to approval of minutes. Minutes for the special call meeting of June 27th, 2025, and the special meeting of July 10th, 2025. Is there a motion that we approve the minute as drafted?
We should talk about the business.
Okay.
Both sets of minutes as Josh Thomas, and then Holland.
Yeah, on the July 10th, on that first motion RCI, I voted against that.
Okay, so there's a motion to the agenda to correct the attendance and also at both meetings and the vote on the July 10th meeting. Okay, is there any more comment on that? Anything else? Okay. Is there a motion to approve the agenda as amended? We'll just cut to the chair. I mean to approve the minutes as amended.
Make a motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor signify by raising your hand. Opposed?
Now, was this on the 27th we're doing, or are you doing both?
Yeah.
We're doing both.
Yeah, I wasn't there at 27th, so I can't vote for that, but I approved the other.
I didn't say what else happened.
Okay, so let's do them separately. For the 27th, all those in favor to approve them as amended, which is the elimination of Mr. Thomas' name from us since he was no longer on council at that point, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, and we have 2 abstentions. Is that correct? Okay. And then the July 10th minutes, again, the adjustment of the votes, RCI and CCI, and the removal of the name of Josh Thomas who, from the minutes. Is there a motion we accept these minutes as amended?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, let's go to the public comment session. Is there anyone who'd like to address council tonight? Anyone at all? Okay. Going once? Going twice? Going 3 times, all right. The presentation, Ms. Teddy Garrett, Kids in Park. I understand Ms. Garrett is unable to make it tonight. Is that correct, Ms. Melendez, Ms. Bunny?
Yes,
Okay.
that's correct. And I think there is a tentative schedule pending in next month, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
there was an illness in her family, so she asked to defer until the September meeting.
Okay. There are no proclamations. We have 3 resolutions. The first one is Resolution 2025-05, resolution honoring the City of Walhalla employees for their dedication and service to the City of Walhalla and recognizing September as Employee Appreciation Month in the City of Walhalla. I'll read the resolution. Whereas the City of Walhalla employees work in diverse fields and professions across the city, including public safety, public works, public utilities, recreation, and community development. And whereas these dedicated individuals are often called upon to report to work in emergency and difficult conditions, including extreme weather. And whereas city employees serve as the ambassadors to the City of Walhalla community, Oconee County, upstate region, beyond. And whereas city employees throughout all of the city's departments show extraordinary flexibility, creativity, and resiliency. And I'll say teamwork as well, I will add to that. Developing innovations to deliver services to residents. And whereas city employees embody team within and across departments working tirelessly to the well-being, safety, and protection for the community. And whereas city employees always strive to perform their duties in the most profound manner possible. And while it is not unusual to hear or read criticism, praise is often short supply. And whereas the City of Walhalla wishes to honor the exceptional contributions of city employees throughout the year to the general quality of life of those who work, live, or spend time in our community. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of Walhalla that the month of September is deemed Employee Appreciation Month in the City of Walhalla. Opportunity for the City Council and community to express its appreciation and gratitude for city employees' continuing dedication to serving the public. Is there a motion that we accept this resolution? Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Okay. Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. The next resolution will be a resolution appointing a commissioner to the Oconee Joint Regional Sewer Authority. The mayor and city council duly assembled on the 19th day of August 2025. A quorum being present, appoints Zane Thompson to seat 6 as commissioner of the Oconee Joint Regional Sewer Authority pursuant to section 6-2-60A, chapter 5 of Title 6 South Carolina law was amended by Act 59, South Carolina Acts and Joint Resolutions effective June 7, 2017. Is there a motion that we accept this resolution?
Make a motion to accept.
Motion, is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second, any discussion?
Yes, I have discussion. I think the seat is currently filled by someone more competent than Mr. Thompson, and he's doing a good job, especially in what's coming down the pipe. And so I would say we leave it as it is with Mr. Laramie Hinkle representing us. And also, Mr. Thompson's, I felt, compromised himself in his behavior as abetting you and Ms. Myers in undermining Mr. Hinkle.
I think personnel issue probably beyond the scope of discussion of this
No,
resolution.
we're discussing a personnel issue right here.
But we don't do that in open session, sir, and I'll have to call that out of order because that is not appropriate to discuss in an open session. Mr. Holliday. Anything, Ms. Melendez? Mr. Johns? Anything? Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed?
Nay?
All right. Next resolution, 2025-07, a resolution recognizing the Oconee Food Council Upstate Circle of Friends, Community Volunteers of Oconee County for their support of summer meal programs such as the Summer Break Cafe. And I think present, we have the Executive Director of the Oconee Food Council, Ms. Erin Ramos. Are you here?
Yes. If you just stand for us.
Would you stand, please?
Yes.
There we go. Whereas summer is the hungriest time of year, and listen, I want to thank you for your work. I want to thank you for the Oconee Food Council and the work that you have done. Will you come forward, please?
No pressure.
No pressure. We just want to recognize you and your work in feeding the hungry in Oconee County. I wish there were more like you, and tremendous work that you do. I'm going to read the resolution now. Whereas summer is the hungriest time of year for many children, as families struggle to make up for lost schools and food insecurity tends to increase. And whereas 53% of school-aged children, 30 million in total, qualify for free or reduced price school meals, but do not receive these meals when school is out for the There we go. When school is out for the summer. And whereas the National School Lunch Program, Seamless Summer Option, and the Summer Food Service Program, funded by the U.S. Department of Agriculture and administered by the state agencies, plays a vital role in helping children from low-income and food-insecure households receive proper nutrition during the summer months. And whereas this year, children living in surrounding, I'll just speak louder if I have to here. Children living in surrounding cities such as Walhalla, Seneca, and West Union benefited from home-delivered food. And whereas the Oconee Food Council serves as a vital connector to the Upstate Circle of Friends organization in Greenville, whose sponsorship and support strengthen summer meal programs and expand access to nutritious meals for children throughout Oconee County. And whereas the community volunteers of Oconee County contribute their time, energy, and compassion to ensure that summer meal programs are successful and that children in Oconee County receive nourishment and enrichment opportunities. And whereas the city of Walhalla recognizes and appreciates the exceptional commitment, generosity, and impact of the Oconee Food Council, Upstate Circle of Friends, and the community volunteers of Oconee County in supporting children and families during the summer months. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Mayor and City Council of Walhalla, South Carolina, that we extend our gratitude and commendation to the Oconee Food Council, Upstate Circle of Friends, and the community volunteers of Oconee County for their outstanding service, dedication, and partnership in ensuring that no child in Oconee goes hungry during the summer. Is there a motion that we accept this resolution?
I make a motion, please.
Motion, is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second, is there any discussion? All those in favor, please raise your hand. Opposed? Passed unanimously. Thank you for your hard work.
I just want to say we couldn't have done it without all of our community partners and volunteers and the support of our State Circle friends. So it's really a huge collaborative effort.
Thank you.
Wait, we want to get attention with you. Do you have the actual resolution? 30%.
And I do want to mention the Upstate Circle of Friends, which you acknowledge, Ms. Ramos. The executive director could not attend. She is based out of Greenville, and I'm sure you will be able to communicate and tell her, we send her our gratitude as well. But yes, thank you for being here. All right.
Let me sign it, and let's all come out and get our picture.
How old is the nonprofit now? 5 years. 5 years. You want to get us over here? Go down. Are we centered? How about the audience? Are we centered here? Okay. All right, ready? 1, 2. Thank you. Thank you again, Ms. Ramos.
Yes, now let's go to the administrator's report. Ms. Myers?
Thank you, sir. You'll find in your packet the report for both June and July. A couple of the highlights in particular dealing with the projects for this fiscal year. The Planning Commission continues to work with Washington Council of Governments on the zoning ordinance update. They are looking at it each month. They have accomplished approximately 15% going through the residential section, dealing with the zoning comprehensive plan. I think they're doing that in tandem with the zoning ordinance update. Dealing with the FEMA projects, we had approximately 8 of those projects. Those are moving through the approval process. We have moved into the hazard mitigation one of those projects. We are finalizing the design of the police station, and groundbreaking should be expected in mid to late September. We are working with the city of Seneca regarding paving through our C-Fund appropriation. There was one bid that was received for that, and we are having follow-up meetings on whether they meet the qualifications, and we will be moving forward with them. Dealing with the community center, we did have the groundbreaking last week. We have permits turned in with DES, DOT, and our building officials, so we are waiting to have those come back approved. Let's see here. The pay gates should be installed at the end of the month, 1st of September, up at Stumphouse Mountain Park, and those that have annual passes will be getting a new pass or a new fob in order to be able to use those. I did get a update from Rich Anderson, who is our project manager for the SCIP projects, dealing with Division 1, which was the gravity sewer line upgrade over at Cane Creek. To date, they've lined approximately 21,960 linear feet of gravity sewer pipe, which is approximately 96% of the project, and they expect to complete point repairs over the next month. We are working through the process of ordering the water pump station for Knoll, which was the Division 2, and then Division 3, the contractor is installing the roadway bores and water main along North Broad Street, Poplar Street, and then the side streets. The water line replacement in that area is approximately 98% complete, and then permit to operate through DES. Once that is received, we'll switch over to those new mains. All of these are expected to be completed by the spring of 2026. In addition to that, there are several grant awards that our staff has gone after, and we have received, including Duke Energy Foundation Hero Grant, DES Used Oil Recycling and Solid Waste Management Grant, and Municipal Association Public Works Grant, among others. We did have the follow-up report from DES with the water treatment plant. That report is also within the packet for your review. All but 2 items were upgraded to satisfactory, and staff is working on those remaining 2 items to make sure that we have those taken care of before they come back the next time. So backflow and ordering some additional supplies. So we have that, and there is a lot more information in the packet, but those are the highlights.
All right. Okay, anyone have any questions for Ms. Myers? You got a lot going on.
I do have one question. I noticed in the minutes that I didn't make, at the meeting I did make, we approved the sale of the old water plant with 4 properties there. And then I noticed on the county records that we only sold 3 of them. Is that right?
No, it should have been all of them. What? I don't have that document in front of me. No, it should have been all of them, but I will
Should
go
have been
back.
all of them?
I will go back and double
Please.
check on that. Yes,
Please,
absolutely.
because the water plant itself the land around the duck pond. Then there's one other small parcel down below the drying beds. But the drying beds themselves, at least it didn't come up in county records that they had been sold.
Yeah, please let us know the results of that also when you double check that.
Absolutely.
Any other questions?
Is there any ongoing project or work with the website to get things updated there?
Yes, ma'am. They was actually done on the site today because the forms went down yesterday afternoon. It just needed an update, so we did that. We are also seeking quotes, depending on the amount. We may have to bring it before council, but we're seeking quotes right now on having a completely new website done.
How long would that take?
It depends on the person, if it's one of many projects or not, but it would definitely take, I shouldn't say that, ones I've had in the past, approximately 6 months.
We have not, but there are some things on the website that need to be updated, and I don't think we can wait 6 months to get that done.
The updates we can do.
Okay, yes, okay. Well, we need to get on those, please, ma'am.
What is the avenue you recommend for these updates that we found? Send you an email on them? And list what needs to be updated?
You can send me an email, you can just come by and talk to me, send me a text, just,
Yeah, I don't want to overwhelm you, I want to keep it systematic, but, okay. I would recommend email with a list of it, so you've got that in front of you, consolidated, as we said in there.
Just for clarity, if we're still in the conversation about the website, I understand that the website itself, like when you mean updated, you mean documents and all that, and getting that updated?
Information, contacts.
Okay, versus what I think just got it, we just impact when it comes to, for example, event planning, vendor application, has that been already cleared out? I mean, is that back up and running?
Yes, as of today.
Okay, great. So I guess it's good, I needed clarity on that, thank you.
I did have another couple questions. Currently, in the billing office, in the water department, how many employees do we have up there?
2.
2, okay. And then I just learned about this. Prior to this, I saw a picture of the bridge being built. Actually, it's kind of a causeway with 2 culverts.
At the Sertoma Field, yes.
Okay. Who designed this?
Staff.
Staff designed it. Have we had anyone review this? Any engineer review this?
An engineer, no. It was a temporary, we did check with them and made sure that it was okay before we moved forward with it because we were gonna ask for reimbursement as well, and we received their okay to do a temporary.
So they've been out, they have been out and seen what we're doing?
We sent them the pictures of what we were going to do and told them what we were going to do, and they are aware that it is a temporary fix,
So-
in order to provide access.
Okay, so what is the plan?
As soon as it goes through hazard mitigation, then there will be a permanent steel structure that is bridge placed there. And then if we choose to keep and it goes and it's okay, then we will, or it can be removed.
Okay, so we're just hoping for no big rain again, because this will be down the creek.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Anyone else? Any more questions?
I do have a question on the meter changeouts on the end of the water report. It shows that there were 16 changed out. Were those because, is that just part of the refresh, or were those damaged?
It depends. It could be one that was not working. It could have been moving over into the new system. They don't have them divided out.
So both ends, okay.
Mhm.
Okay, any more questions about the administrator's report? All right, let's move on then to the first reading of ordinances. Ordinance 2025-07, an ordinance to amend ordinance 1994-8, the City of Walhalla zoning ordinance. This is to amend the zoning map to rezone 3 acres from light industrial to R25, single-family residential on a parcel of land identified as property at the corner of Kenneth Street and Hillsdale Drive. Ms. Myers, will you explain this to us, please?
Yes, sir. We have an application to rezone approximately 3 acres at the corner of Kenneth and Hillsdale from light industrial, which needs to be at least approximately an acre in size for light warehouse, distribution, etc., to single-family residential, in this case R25, with a minimum size of 25,000 square feet, for the purpose of building single-family homes on that piece of property. The area does have general residential zoning around it, as well as some additional industrial zoning, although it is not industrial use. Right behind it is a church, and then further north there is some additional vacant property, as well as some institutional use, but true industry use. The character of the area is also residential in nature. The Planning Commission did hear this request last month, and they did recommend approval of this request. Therefore, it is coming before City Council with theirs and staff's recommendation of approval to rezone to R25.
And this is at the request of the contractor? Or the owner of the property?
The applicant and the owner, yes,
Okay.
with their approval.
So they can build homes?
Yes, sir.
Before we move forward, I see we have a public
Hearing on this, is anyone that has any comment on this rezoning request? If there is, please come forward. Anyone with a comment on this rezoning request, please? Please come forward. Okay, so hearing no one, we will close the public hearing, and I will ask for a motion to approve this on first reading. There's a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second, any discussion?
Was there anybody that contacted you that was opposed to this? Any residents around there?
No, there was one citizen who came at the Planning Commission meeting, but he did not say anything one way or the other. He was just there to listen, to see what was going on, but there was not either in favor or against either one.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Any more discussion? Ms. Pink? Ms. McLean?
I'm just trying to clarify where Hillsdale is. I know you turn off onto on Kenneth Street, and this is the road that falls off to the right. Is that Hillsdale?
It's actually, if you're coming down Kenneth, it would be to the left. It's right behind Golden Corner Baptist Church.
Any more questions, any more discussion? Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, pass the first reading. Discussion and action items. The first one is the committee meeting schedule. We have, and this is on my request, we've had tradition for the past year and a half that we've been in office. We've had committee day that was recommended by one of our previous council members to bring all the committees together and have that day where each committee could present its business. One of the issues with that, I understand, is that sometimes staff have to come in and wait until the committee, their time comes up, and all of the council members, although it's great we all hear everything that's going on, the outside of that is that it does take more time. I like to discuss, get your feelings on having committee chairs go back to calling the committee meetings when and if they need them and as appropriate, as opposed to having a day reserved for that. What are your thoughts on that? Ms. Bunny?
I haven't experienced it any other way, but I'm certainly open trying that way. Same.
Okay. Mr. Johns?
Yeah, I'm cool with that. If a certain committee doesn't need to meet, why meet? There aren't any issues.
Ms. Melendez?
And we're meeting typically on the same Tuesday, so I would defer, like, if we want to keep it that day, do you want the council members to aim for that day since it's so typical, or would it be just based on what it would work for all of us?
I think it would be up to the committee, works best for you, and if it needs to be done sooner than
Okay.
that first Tuesday, then by all means do so.
Okay,
That gives us more flexibility too. Or you
Yeah.
could do it anyway, you could still have meetings,
on Tuesdays?
yeah, as needed. We just had one recently, a development meeting, but, yeah, okay. Mr. Holiday?
It works better for me if you just have it on one day. That way I can plan it. I have 3 different meetings that month, 3 different days.
Okay.
That's just me.
Okay, fair enough. Mr. King?
I like the way we used to do, where you meet a committee meeting, like you're proposing to return to.
Okay. All right, is there, so, is there a motion, I guess that, is there a general agreement, I guess a motion that we either retain it always on the first Tuesday or go back to calling committee meetings as needed, and let that be status quo?
Can we have both?
We already have both.
Right, but like John, Kenny said, like, if there's no need to meet, then it's still a committee meeting night, but let's just say PRT doesn't need to meet, then it doesn't have to be added on the agenda. Can we have both where the chair does call a meeting if they need to, but also have it uniformly, it's that first Tuesday? Because I think that's how it was set at the beginning, right? First Tuesday of the month, just to have it on our calendar,
Right.
kind of blocks that whole day, work on city business stuff, but.
I think the concern is even if you only have like 2 or 3 meetings, you still have staff that have to sit through those 2 meetings.
Okay.
Because I hear what you're saying. I think
Yeah.
that's
If we could work it out, to accommodate the staff, accommodate you, because it takes a lot more of your time, because you sit on all the committees. If we could work it out, that we would just try to call the meetings on the Tuesday night like that. Do you have every Tuesday kind of event? Oh, just that one.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a schedule around that.
Oh, I
But I'm
see.
flexible, I can do it.
You know,
It's not,
that way
I
it's.
agree with the staff. I mean, I don't want to sit around and do that.
Mhm.
I plan ahead with school events and everything else.
I see. Okay, so it's not really one day or another, it's just give me a day so I got you.
So, I mean, but we can schedule it.
Yeah. Well, this is a kind of a non-scheduled thing,
I
that
know.
would be doing this way. Yeah, it makes it tough on you. And
But I'm flexible.
the evenings work better?
For me,
Well, I think it would still be up to the chair to work out to make sure that there's the availability of the others on
That's
the
right.
committee
Good word.
before the date is set.
Yeah, that's a good word.
So I make a motion that we revert back to how we used to do it, where committee chair calls a meeting as needed, when needed.
I second that.
Motion second. Any more discussion on that? Okay, all those in favor of that change? And again, the change is, we'll choose the first Tuesday of the month be reserved for committee night. Instead, committee chairs will have the flexibility to call the meetings as needed at times that are convenient for all the committee members. And I'll just call them. I'll be there ex officio as usual. Okay, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, let's do it. And then the next one is a discussion on the hiring freeze. Ms. Myers, I'm going to let you lead that.
Yes, sir, thank you. We are bringing 2 options before you. The first is a request to just lift the hiring freeze for any position that was funded through the budget but is not filled. If you would prefer to do it piecemeal or case-by-case basis, then I am simply asking for a lift of the hiring freeze on our water department, our streets and facilities, and our recreation. that have vacancies.
You have one position to fill in the water department, is that correct? Billy?
Yes, sir.
And all the
And
positions,
rec and in streets and facilities.
okay. And the positions that were frozen prior to the budget,
Those were eliminated
those
in the
were
budget,
eliminated. They were not included in the budget.
with the exception of one in streets and facilities, because we
Right.
felt like that was too much of a cut.
Okay, discussion on this? Start with Mr. King, anything?
I'm gonna think on it a little bit.
All right, we'll come back to you in a second. Mr. Holliday.
As long as we're not adding anything, we've already budgeted for it.
Ms. Melendez.
Just to make sure I understood, facility, rec, and they're all would be an impact of lifting this hiring freeze for them.
And
It's already in the budget.
unless council would like to just go ahead and all together, and then just as needed, we already have the capability. I'm given two options of which one.
I don't mean to impose on your time, but
No,
can
go
I
ahead.
clarify?
Yeah,
Police
yeah.
and fire, we already voted to lift.
Correct.
For police and fire and the city clerk. Right. And the two options we have, just to make sure I have clarity, is to uplift altogether one or as needed, so we could reg or water, and that's it.
You could.
Okay. No, that's good, that's just answer my question. I don't have a preference right now, but I'm interested to see what my colleagues have to say.
Mr. Jones.
As long as we have the money, I don't have a problem with the lift.
Ms. McLean.
I'm good with it,
Ms. Bunny.
as long as it fits within the realms of the budget that we passed, yes, I'm okay with it.
Mr. King.
I don't see how we're going to do it financially. I would prefer a case by case, a job by job lifting. We need a utility director. We get a utility director. I don't see how we're gonna afford it otherwise.
Just for clarity, it has been budget, correct? We're not expecting to do any increase.
No, we're not requesting additional positions that were not funded in the budget.
Mr. King, may I ask, with the question that's at the table then, are you, okay with the ones that have been mentioned here tonight, or you would even go back? Are you proposing to even cut back from the ones proposed, listed?
You mean laying people off?
No. So the option was to piecemeal it. She mentioned rec, water, and
Facility.
facilities.
Mm-hmm.
We've already done police and fire.
Mm-hmm.
So for tonight, the conversation that's at the table, piecemeal it, those three, collectively, those three together, are you okay with those three? Or are you saying,
Job by job. Job by job.
Even though all within the realms has been budget, we have the funding for it?
We don't have the funding for the budget.
Okay.
Okay.
I beg to
So-
differ, but I go back to
What's
what I stated on the fact.
Is there and of course, as positions come open, are you continually looking to see if those positions need to be filled?
Yes,
If we have a position that comes open, for example, in streets and facilities, and I'm just using that, just throwing that out there, do you look at that and say, do we really need to fill that position? Or can we take a look at maybe not having that additional position filled? Is that an
We
assessment?
have that, there's been a position that has been vacant for several months, and we have waited until I talked with Mr. Galbraith, and he feels that he needs the assistance now. So we have waited.
Well, okay, we have three options here. One, do not lift the hiring freeze. Well, four options. One, do not lift the hiring freeze. Two, require position approval of council for hiring. Three, lift the hiring freeze for facility, rec, and water. or for lift the hiring freeze for, in general. What's left after facilities, rec, and water?
Should it be needed, sanitation, court, stump house tunnel?
Okay, gotcha. All right, so let's just do a polling. How many are lifting the hiring freeze at all?
Opposed to lifting it all?
Yep,
So this isn't even talking about a position, but it's a position.
we'll get there. I'm just taking,
Okay,
I'm just trying to pull,
I'm just clear.
trying to get an idea of what the preference of council is. Opposed, anybody opposed to lifting it at all? Okay. How many would want to lift it on a position by position, a case by case basis only, on approval of council for each position? Okay, that's one.
Include a reassessment of current positions to review?
Or would have to.
Okay.
Well, yeah, that's a good thought.
Yeah.
I think that's done.
Okay, and Ms. Myers, you are ongoing doing that, correct? You're reassessing these things as positions become open. You're reassessing whether or not, do we really need that position, correct? Okay. Okay, so how many are in favor of the case by case? I've got one, okay? Got two, case by case. How many are in three, case by case, okay?
Not opposed to it, but that would be my preference.
Case by case and add to reassessing current positions to review as well. right?
Case by case with also including a reassessment of each position and justification of continued position.
Okay.
So there's three on that. Okay, those who are in favor of lifting it for facilities, rec, and water only, how many are in favor of that? Two, three, four. Blanket, but it's caveated with, again, a reassessment of each position, and we'd like to know that as they are hired, what the reassessment process was. There's got to be a way to split the baby, because I can't sit coming here for every single position and having that forward, but at the same time, we do need to reassess each position and see, is it necessary? Because we need to do intelligent staffing on this stuff. And then, okay, so we've got four in favor of that, three in favor of case by case, and kind of, let's move that to a compromise of we have to, positions are filled, case by, on this, on these three, facility, rec, and water, that you let us know, and also let us know the justification for it and your assessment of it, with the idea that, of course, we want to keep staff providing quality services for the citizens, but at the same time keep staff lean as well while we provide. There's a happy median there. We want to make sure we're at that point. Okay, it seems like that seems to be, is everybody in favor of that? Okay, we've got 4 to 3, and let's see how that works. All right, executive session. Do we
You need to vote.
need to vote? I'm sorry. I just did a polling, I did not do a vote. Okay. All those in favor of case by case only.
Excuse me, Mr. Chair, we need a motion and a second, please.
Oh, and a motion too. You guys are gonna keep it, okay.
Case by case with the justification of each position.
Motion that we go case by case justification for each position. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any other discussion? All those in favor, raise your hand. Okay, it's 3 votes for. Okay. All those opposed? You gotta take a vote on it. 3 against. Okay. Mr. Johns, do you abstain?
No,
Oh, okay. Next, we need a motion that we
Sir, since y'all did it case by case, then may I give you the three individuals or three
Well,
positions?
we didn't vote for case by case.
Yes, you did. You just said on a case by case
I
basis with
voted for and then
justification.
against. I called votes against, and the votes against were 4-3.
It was four in favor of case by case with justification, 3 against.
Let's revote. 4 in favor of case by justification, raise your hand.
Just to ensure, I make sure I understand, the case by case
I think
is
that's-
based also by a reassessment, right?
Okay,
The
you have two
reassessment of current
You have
positions?
two options here. Let me make this right. You have two options. We're gonna vote on, do you want a case by case with reassessment of each position? So that Ms. Myers comes to us from council, tells us we need a position here, and here's the assessment, here's why, and here's what I've done. So that's the one option. The other option is, and we'll vote on that in a minute, that we lift it, kind of a blanket lifting for facilities, water, and rec. But when those positions are filled, Ms. Myers explains the justification to us. So the first motion we're going to vote on is going to be case by case with justification. And that's what we're voting on now. So I'm trying not to confuse everybody, but I'm going to give you more second. But all those who are in favor of the first option, case by case, Ms. Myers comes to us and says, we need another billing clerk, and here's why, for each position. And so that's what's the table now. Next will be the blanket lifting with the justification after the fact, explaining it to us. Okay? So right now, we have the motion by Mr. Holliday, seconded by Mr. King, that we do case by case and hearing justifications on filling those positions in advance of approval. So how many are in favor of that way? Okay, 4. Okay, opposed, 3, but that doesn't matter because we have now passed it case by case. Okay,
All right, the first position would be for a billing clerk over on Church Street. The second position, and due to workload, the second position would be grounds and maintenance and facility building maintenance with our streets and facilities, again, due to workload. Both of those have been building vacant for a couple of weeks. The maintenance and grounds has been vacant for approximately 2 months. And then finally with recreation, they are down to 1 full-time and part-time. That one has been vacant again for a couple of weeks to fill that full-time position to help, especially now that the fall season is coming up, and we are really tight on staff to maintain fields and be at all of the games with 1 full-time person attending those. So those are the 3 positions. I apologize not having additional justification. I wasn't prepared for that, but I can go back and get more and bring it back if I need.
the one that I'll just jump in here with a question since we're discussing this case by case. I get the billing clerk, I get the rec, streets and facilities. Did we not say we were going to wait till December and kind of reassess on that? Is that the one?
I understood that to be sanitation, because we did not
Oh,
budget for.
sanitation, okay.
Mhm.
All right. How many positions are open at streets and facilities right now?
1,
We generally need 1 guy.
correct.
And he's doing all the work himself?
Well, he has a staff, but yes, but they have been 1 position down. There were a couple others that were eliminated with the new budget as well. Yes,
There we go.
yes, but only 1 is on field that was budgeted for.
How many full-times are with John?
We have 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 total.
5 versus rec has 1 full-time and 2 part-time. Okay. And the billing clerk,
There are currently 2, and we need a 3rd.
so we only have 2, there's 3 windows,
Correct.
2 billing.
So we're asking for a 3rd.
And all of these positions were already in the 25-26 budget? It's
Yes,
nothing
ma'am.
new. Gotcha.
Is that 3rd position a manager, supervisor, or just,
No, ma'am.
is there currently someone in that position besides the interim director?
There's already a billing supervisor present.
That's in
Supervisor President, what department?
The billing clerk, the billing supervisor.
I'm
Mhm.
sorry.
Any more questions, discussion? Do we want to vote on these as a package, or do we want to vote on these individually?
Yeah, I agree, individual.
I think,
Make a motion.
Split it up, yeah, it needs to be individual, yeah, case by case.
Okay?
Make a
And-
motion.
I'm sorry, just for clarity before your motion, Mr. Holliday, this is given the fact yet still, Ms. Mike mentioned if you were more prepared, you would give us more information if we had. So for
Yes.
example, if you could tell me how long has the ground and maintenance position been vacant?
Approximately 2 months,
Do you know the rest of them?
approximately 2 weeks each, give or take, maybe 3.
Okay. Because I think what we're gonna come across is like a little bit problematic is voting each an individual, which is, if that's how we're gonna proceed, is we're just now giving you direction, kind of just giving us information. And if we start voting, it's gonna look like also, what are we prioritizing, right? And how does that get prioritized from the department? And nobody here is more needed than all the departments need staff, but I think it might cause some, unintentional miscommunication and misalignment of what it looks like when we're trying to staff these positions. So I'll just be very mindful of that since we're asking you for this and now we're gonna vote when we got you on the spot to ask to kind of give us a validation of why these positions should be filled, and not only that, but information. So
This
I
is the
think-
exact reason why I did not vote for case by case, because every time you have a vacancy, it's going to be at least a month, probably, because they come back to council with justification. And when you do that, if a position's already been vacant for 2 weeks, then it may be another 6 weeks before it gets filled.
Yeah.
And we're doing a disservice, I think, to citizens of Walhalla if we let our department go without employees just because we are cumbersome.
I hear what you're saying. I think my only thoughts on that would be that ensuring that we're hiring the right people for the right department for the right time, because then we do have a high turnover rate of people not staying long. So government moves slow, and I think there's a reason behind that, but I think it goes back to information. How can we be as informed, but also government moves slow, right? So
It does,
I hear
but
what
we
you're
also
saying.
have to trust our directors to choose people sometimes.
Well, I want us to have light speed government, even though government does inherently by nature move slow. All right, Mr. Holliday, you had a motion.
Make a motion to hire the building clerk for the water department.
There's a
Seconded.
motion and a second. Any more discussion on that? Okay. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Next, we have 2 other positions.
I'll make a motion to hire the full-time position for rec.
I second that. Discussion.
Yeah, I had discussion on it. See, do you know, sorry.
Do you know just what this position is doing for rec?
This one will help with the maintenance of the fields, getting the courts and the fields prepared, any other facility maintenance that may need done at the recreation facilities, and then they will also be the staff point person when we have fall games, soccer, football, volleyball, etc. Because otherwise, Mr. Lee will be trying himself in a bunch of different places at one time, or moving around, and we may have a time in which there's not a staff member present, or we're bringing part-timers in and potentially going over their time, because they're supposed to be at 20 hours a week.
Right. I know we wouldn't even be able to run a rec department without volunteers, and they're just indispensable for us. What would be in your, I would like to speak with Davey, I guess, but what's your thoughts on seeking more volunteers? So many people are willing to volunteer, and that's
Love it.
wonderful. Yeah, what if we sought that? to see if we couldn't get more of that, because I have been just impressed. I mean, one of them is sitting right back here that volunteers so much, and I think there's retired folks, and he's not even retired, and there's other ones that aren't, but if they knew the situation we were in, I think why don't we try that and see if we can't get these met with volunteers.
I love the idea of volunteer. We have the MV program out. I've only had 8 people sign up so far, and none of them chose rec. I'm happy to try that if that's council's direction to do that. Sometimes we're having to beg for coaches and referees. I don't know how many more will be out there
Right, I
to be
understand.
to do site supervision. But we can try if that's what
I understand.
council
I
wants.
think just maybe with now, I mean, this shines more light on it. You know, the fact that, you know, Dick's here, Lauren's here, and we talk, and the people involved in rec and the parents, you know, once they know, hey, this is the situation, and it's really pretty dire, maybe folks will say that'll be the thing that spurs them on. Yeah, hey, you know, I'm not really a coach kind of material, but I love mowing lawns, you know. I love mowing lawns.
All right, Mr. Holliday. Let's go. Ms. Melendez.
Yes, so I spent about 2.5 hours yesterday speaking with our Davey. You mentioned his name, Mr. Green. So yeah, I spent about 2 hours with him yesterday. We were going over volunteers. I helped him recruit 2 or 3 coaches that could help. So, you know, I do like the idea, the MVP program, everything, all the framework is getting into place, but it's not sustainable. So if we have budget already for a recreation technician, and that's what we're gonna vote for, to have sustainability and support for Davey, it's a working job position. I think that's gonna give us a little bit further while still go into recruitment of volunteers. So unless you're committed to going out and recruiting volunteers personally as a part-time job without getting paid, Mr. King, like, I don't know what else we can do while we're already in programs like the MVP if we don't get this position filled. Again, you asked about Davey's name, and I spent 2 hours speaking with him yesterday, and we went over things and creative ideas to, and he's already coordinated with the Walhalla High School for the club, so we can get youth involved when it comes to the concession stands. We're doing a lot of engagement in the community. The volunteer hours are not showing up quite yet. So I think if we move forward with this would create that opportunity so we can have a breather in this position in the role that he has, and at the same time, this person that gets hired could be the one also recruiting volunteers, but also doing the job description that what they were hired for. So I'd say the conversation has been already there. The recreation team department needs help, and this is an area that I know that fall season is here, sports season. More parents are going to get engaged. I get non-parents calling me about more organizational structure. I mean, Mr. Holliday, you've been a coach before. You understand sometimes it just takes the passion of individuals that are going to be committed. So if you want further, then we can discuss the PRT meeting that I can schedule. But I think if that's helpful, I just want to do that with everyone, that we're doing conversations, but I think we need to move forward with this position to be filled.
Thank you, Ms. Melendez. Mr. Johns.
Okay.
Ms. McLean. Ms. Bunny.
Nothing at this time.
Ms. Myers, these positions are funded how much via H-Tax?
Approximately 50%.
50%, which is the maximum allowed, correct?
Correct.
Via H-Tax. And how many people are now working at the rec department?
The rec department, there's full-time and 2 part-time.
And how many did we have a year ago working there at the rec department?
We had 3 full-time and 3 part-time.
It's 3 full-time and 3 part-time a year ago, and today we're down to 1 full-time and 2 part-time.
Yes, sir.
I think we're bare bones already. I do not want to keep the opportunity for our children away either. I know that we are at the bare bones. I think this position is needed. I think we have to continue to allow our children to have recreational opportunities and provide as much support as we can, even though we are stripped down compared to what we were in the past. So I would definitely support it. Is there a motion that, we've got a motion and a second. Let's go ahead and vote on that. All
Who
those. in fa-
second, just for clarity, who seconded the motion that I did?
I did.
You did, okay.
And all those in favor signify by raising your hand. Okay, all those opposed? Okay, passes 6-1. All right, next one is streets and sanitation. I'm sorry, streets and police. Okay, do we want to discuss that one? And it's been vacant for how long, 2 months? Okay, approximately 2 months. Okay, is there a motion that accept the filling of this position?
So moved.
A motion, is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Let's go to discussion. Let's start with Ms. Bunning. Any commentary, questions? Ms. McLean?
No, sir, if it's already in the 25-26 budget, I have no problem.
Mr. Johns? Mr. King?
This position, is this more maintenance or more grounds?
They do everything. It's gonna depend on what the need is. So if John feels, or excuse me, Mr. Galbraith feels that he needs someone, with a little bit more facility maintenance, then he can look at that in the hiring process. If he feels like he needs more assistance on the grounds, then we can do that. But the job description, they will need to do both. They will need to be
They will
flexible
need
enough.
to do both, so
They
they'll
will.
have to be a maintenance man.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I need to know. That
Okay.
means he needs maintenance, so I appreciate it.
All right, let's vote on that. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. 6-1. All right, let's move on to the executive session. Do I have a motion? We go into executive session. This will be to discuss contractual matters involving the Oconee Joint Regional Sewer Authority. Motion and second. All those in favor, raise your hand. Opposed? Don't raise your hand. Okay, we're going into executive session. I would like to ask everyone to please step out while we're in executive session. Thank you.
How you been doing? All right, how about you? Okay.
Yeah, let's take 5 minutes for our bath break also.